I thought we weren't gonna go there. So I grew up struggling with a lot of mental illness myself, had really, really bad anxiety, cycled through depressive episodes, and was just generally very confused about people and their behavior. And I got really good at studying because I never had to feel anything if I was studying. And the more I learned about psychology, the more I realized, like, oh, people study this. Like, this is just another kind of problem that maybe I could solve. So then started studying that stuff to try to basically just understand myself and why I was so unhappy all the time. So I would say that mental health exists on a continuum. You guys have probably heard that one. So at the very end of the continuum, there's like significant, we call it behavioral discontrol, which is like a really nerdy way of saying that I'm doing things that I don't really feel proud of and that actually make my life worse. But I'm doing it to manage the stress in my life, to manage pain. So we've got that on the far end. Then along the way, there's emotional experiencing. So this is more about how can I connect into my emotions. I'm not sabotaging my life anymore by doing all this stuff, but I still have a hard time connecting in with my emotional world. So that's sort of the next step there. Then when I can do both of those things, I can manage my behavior, I can manage my emotions, then it's about joy, right? It's about like, what does it actually mean to be a joyful human who's truly alive in this moment? So now I'm not running away from my pain. What do I want to be running toward? So that's kind of like, the next step. And that's where psychology kind of ends. And that's a good place, right? That's a good life at that point. You're present, you realize that life's a miracle, you're connected with other people, that's good. The fourth step that you can kind of add in optionally is transcendence. So that would be about, those moments where you're just so fully alive that like time, space, all that stuff just kind of falls away. Like if you're on the top of a mountain or something like that, right? There's just that moment where you just are. And most of the spiritual teachers through history, they say that's where we need to end. Most psychological traditions, they say we end at joy. So whatever, but it's a continuum. And the cool thing about my job is you meet somebody wherever they happen to be, right? So if it's behavioral discontrol, let's make it so that you're not, drinking away your savings and ruining all your relationships. Or you want to work on transcending your ego so you can just experience this beautiful miracle and realize life and death and time and space are just illusions at the end of the day, we'll do that. So it's the coolest job in the world, right? And like, that's what mental health is. It exists on this continuum all the way from, I'm going to make the world way worse because I don't want to feel my pain, to I know that I'm one with everything. Kind of rad.